Japan has many issues. For example, the pollution over there is insane. It has gotten to the point where people wear surgical masks to not inhale the air. If they were to inhale it, they will most likely get mercury poisoning. Or we can discuss on how Tokyo, Japan's capital, is way too overcrowded, and that can lead to an economic outbreak. Or we can focus on how Japan's culture influences our culture today. But before we do that, let's start off with a short, brief history of how Japan started. Since only 20% of Japan was farmable in the medieval times, Japan clans were often fighting for the control of the small amount of good farming land. Samurais were the military's nobility and officer caste of medieval and early modern Japan. In Japanese, they are usually referred to as bushi or buk. Many wars were fought throughout the years. After all that chaos, we are left with the Japan we all know and love today. Let's ask someone to see how Japan's culture influences them. My question for her was, how does Japanese culture influence yours? Wouldn't be a Japan culture without cool dancing. The question that I asked is, how does Japanese culture influence your gaming culture today?
I believe the Japanese culture influenced us to play Japanese video games because of their story mode, artwork, soundtrack, and gameplay. I play Japanese fighting games because of their mechanic system. For example, for beginners, they have auto combos, and for advanced players, they have manual combos. It balances the whole game.
For my last interview, I went to GameStop to ask an employee on their thoughts on Japanese culture influence on games. He stated, sure, Japanese games are an influence to the gaming world since almost everyone owns a Japanese game console. Also, I think that 30 to 40% of my customers are Japanese game lovers, like Zelda Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. And that's saying something since there's a whole bunch of Japanese culture in it. Here are a few examples on how Breath of the Wild is influenced by Japan's culture. It is inspired by the Jomon period. What I wanted for people to take from this is how daily Japan's culture influences our own culture, to the way we dress and to what we eat. Also, on how Japan's culture even influences the games we even play. I wanted to do something lighthearted and fun. Why I chose The Legend of Zelda series as my example is because it's an amazing game filled with challenges and adventures. While experiencing all of that, the culture in this game is very unique and refreshing. Sure, Japan still has its issues, but hopefully, as an economy, we can all move forward and come together.